let's play a little game. So, how many teams, like truly, do you feel like going into next year, just with the rosters constructed as of now? Now we're past the draft. How many teams do you feel like can win the NBA Finals next year? Like truly.
I guess we can start in the West. Um, OKC, you gotta have them in the conversation. Um, as currently constructed, mm,
Can Minnesota win the NBA Finals?
I think they can. I think they can. I think bringing back Nas was a big piece of that, and they still got Jaden. That starting five is pretty much intact outside of Conley, who is doing nothing but getting cardio anyways. So the starting five is back. The starting four is back. um, so the Timberwolves, uh, depending on Dallas, if Kyrie can come back healthy, I think they're definitely in the conversation now. Um, I would have to put Houston in up in that conversation as well. I would have to. I know how you feel about Houston a little bit. We talked about it last episode, but I think they're definitely in that conversation now. So that's four teams in the West. In the East, I'm gonna go. I think the Knicks definitely have an opportunity. Um, I like what Orlando is building. I got to see some more. What that bench is gonna look like. More Orlando's definitely in the conversation. They're in the mix. Me personally, I don't trust Cleveland, but I
Mm-hmm.
mean they were the number one team in the East, so I guess I got to throw them in there. So seven. Um. So yeah, I think those seven are probably
That's
have the best opportunity to win. I think the Pacers are probably going to take a step back. I think Boston's going to take a step back. Philly is up in the air. We got to see what that's going to look like if they're going to be healthy. Um, so yeah,
how far of a step back do you think the Celtics are going to take though? Because I think with Simon Brown, White, I guess we're bringing back Luke Cornett. We got rid of Kristaps, but you still have um, like JD Davidson off the bench. We probably going to need another big. I don't know who that's going to be. We bringing back Xavier Tillman. I mean, in the East though, I feel like we can still make the playoffs. Now, granted, I feel like Tatum's probably sitting out the year, but I don't think it's like people talking like it's going to be a lottery pick. I don't know. I think we can still compete.
yeah. I don't think it's going to be a lottery pick. I think it'll be like play in range through like seventh. I think y'all can be anywhere between 7 and 10. Um, I think y'all gonna compete. I got to see how that backcourt is gonna look with Simons and JB. Um, but can JB carry that load offensively the whole season and stay healthy in doing so?
Yeah, but I think the benefit is, shockingly, I feel like now with this roster, we should be implementing that just 3 and D mentality, shooting all the threes. Last year, because you had a lot of mismatches with Tatum being 6'10", he can, whoever's guarding him, he could definitely, post up, shoot over the top. But I feel like now, if we still keep that same strategy, we can definitely either be in a lot of games or we can suck. Because I think everybody on that roster can knock down a three, personally.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't think y'all play style is gonna change much. It's
Yeah.
gonna it's gonna be are y'all knocking down the threes? Pretty much how it was this year. I mean, if y'all knocking down threes, y'all gonna be beating people or in the games, or if you missing, we know how that looks. It could look ugly.
Yeah. So I didn't hear you say the Lakers with the 7. You don't think the Lakers can win the NBA Finals?
Well, a big part of that is Austin Reeves declining that
Mm.
extension that they offered him. So, like Mr. Reeves, what's going on, brother? Like, what are you looking for? Um, I
Like, who
think
are
they
you?
still have to figure out how that's going to look with Luca and Braun playing together. They still have some question marks down low. I think they could do similar to what they did last year, but right now it's like I don't have faith in them boys.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the Knicks. it's just like I don't know what I'm gonna get with Luca. Like Luca could kill this year, but I don't know if that roster's constructed to win the NBA Finals. I think if they can get there. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna go the Knicks. I'm gonna go the Timberwolves, Thunder. Not really big on the Rockets. Uh, I don't know. Just because I have KD doesn't mean I'm gonna get to the finals. So that's the thing. And even the Mavericks, like we're gonna be honest, like we don't know what we're gonna see with Cooper Flag yet. I don't
Yeah.
know if the Mavericks can win it. So Knicks, Timberwolves, Thunder, uh, Magic, and the Cavs. Like, that's all I can say. Yeah, they probably can win it. Spurs are going to be interesting. I'm thinking they're waiting on Giannis, which is why they didn't make a move for KD. But I just don't think that roster right now is going to win the NBA Finals. I feel like there's a lot of holes. Like, and when they're probably going to go Vassell and Barnes starting. I mean, it's going to look electric with Wemby and Fox, but I just don't know if that team can go over the hump.
Mm.
Because
I don't know,
does
man.
Dylan Harper start? Because you're gonna have to start Castle. He's rookie of the year.
Yeah, I think Fox starts. I think Castle starts. You probably go with, like you said, Barnes or Vasil at the three. Um, shoot, 3 or 4 probably.
That's what I'm saying.
Um, and then Wimby at the 5. I think I think I think Harper will come off the bench. I think he'll come
Yeah.
off the bench, run that second unit. But like we talked about last episode, bro, like that was my hesitation with them drafting him. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, like you already got Fox, you already got Castle in the backcourt. So it's like, yo, why go take another guard?
Yeah. I hope what I thought was gonna happen was they're gonna take Dylan, and I thought they were gonna package that 14 pick and probably Vassell, Sohan, and go get KD. I'm curious to know if they're still pursuing Giannis, but I think it made sense when we were talking to the pod last time because it was imagining either KD or Giannis on this roster. But now it's like, ah,
It's not
this
looking
is
like
okay.
it.
Yeah, no hit the same.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I
So
think
so with okay, go.
I think from an asset standpoint, they're still in good shape. Like they can still go out and pull off any trade that they want to. If they see that it's not working, you know, by November, December, they can still go out and they have the pieces to move move people around.
So who do you see on this list? Well, just the NBA teams can have the biggest disappointment this next season. Like, who do you think is going to have the biggest fall off?
Mm, I don't know. I'm interested to see how Denver is. Um, we've heard a lot of noise surrounding the team. So are they gonna run it back? Or are people gonna be, out of there? Aaron Gordon, MPJ, Jamal, like what's going on in Denver? Um, I think when you look at the East, maybe Indiana would be my guess. Um, and probably I don't know. Milwaukee still got some good role players though. Like
Yeah.
despite them losing Dame, they're still gonna have some good role players. Especially if they can bring back Bobby Portis. Um, I just think the East is just wide open, bro. Like I feel like a lot of those teams are gonna be close, like in the standings. Like when you look at the standings when it's all said and done, like it's gonna be close. Not
Yeah.
not necessarily in a good way, but like they're gonna be like beating up on each other. Like a lot of teams around 500 probably would be my
Yeah.
guess in the East.
Yeah. I think Miami is glaring to me. Like, I don't think they're going to be that good, honestly. I feel like that defensive culture, defensive mindset is probably going to win them like 20 games, but they're still going to be a very disappointing team. I think they missed the playoffs. In the West, surprisingly, I'm gonna go with the Warriors. I just don't see it. Like another year with Draymond, like Draymond still an anchor defensively, but when I looked at a lot of their role players, it's gonna be the Steph show again. And I don't know if you can ask Steph to do that and carry them like this. And I don't know what year two of Jimmy looks like. But like I said initially, when Jimmy first got traded, Jimmy's a ticking time bomb. Like when everything is going well, Jimmy looks like all world. But if there's any inconsistencies this season, they start losing. I just don't know what the antics and stuff with him and Draymond on the same court. I just see it ending poorly, honestly.
Do you think there'll be any team that missed the playoffs that can get into the playoffs? I mean, I know we talked about San Antonio a little bit, but
Yeah.
is there anybody else that you think can sneak into the playoffs?
Loki, the Suns. I mean, they're going to need a point guard. I don't know if they still have Tyus Jones, but you kind of solved your problem going to get Malak and going to get Mark Williams because I was saying they didn't have size, but I feel like they were still in that play-in fringe with KD and Bill. Get rid of Bill. I just feel like with Jalen Green, Devin Booker, Tyus Jones, Grayson Allen, Malak, Mark Williams, they can make a run to at least the playoffs. Like now, it won't be like 5 or 6, but they can slide into eight or nine and compete. In the East, uh, I mean, obviously Philly, but I feel like that's kind of like a bad answer because they were all hurt this year. We're barring health. I think that they can be a solid team. Like um, Maxi, Paul George, McCain, Edgecombe, and Embiid. That's a contending team. Like if all of them come to play, it's just gonna be a matter of health. But yeah, they're my team in the East, honestly. What about you?
Yeah, I'm with you with Philly. I think the rest of those teams that missed the playoffs are just not good, bro. Like Washington, Charlotte, trash. Brooklyn, trash. Like Toronto, maybe. Um, but it's like once again with Toronto, it's like what's the direction of the team? Like you traded for Ingram mid-season last year. You still got Scotty Barnes. You got a whole bunch of wings. You drafted Colin Murray Boyles. So it's like, bro, you got similar style players on this team. So it's like, how are you gonna plan to get over the hump and beat these teams? I mean, I guess you're banking on being healthy, but outside of that, like I don't think Colin Murray Boyles is the player that's gonna come in and change the direction of the franchise with the where they took him at 9. Like I just don't see that happening. I don't know what they're gonna plan on doing in free agency, but we'll see what happens with Toronto. But definitely Philly, if healthy, they definitely should be, top 7, top 8 type team in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah,
Um, and then in the West, I don't know, like I talked about before, Portland. Um, but after they traded Simons, it's just like dog, like you lost 20 points per game right there.
yeah.
So how are you going to replace that production from Simons? And like you said, they went out and got a center. So it's like, yo, and you got Klingon. So it's like, bruh, like, I don't know, bruh. It might be some dark days for Chauncey Billups coming up, man. I don't know if he's
Dark
going to
days
be there.
are
Huh?
It might be the dark days are over. There might be some broadcasting days after this. Like they're getting rid of him after next year. Like
Yeah.
it's time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so
I
what's
don't
the go ahead, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No, I was gonna ask like I haven't watched much of Portland, but like, what are your thoughts on Scoot? Like, is the Scoot project over, or do you think that he can cover whatever they're missing with Simon's leaving?
I think he's a good role player. I think when you take somebody that high, you don't expect them to just be a role player. You expect them to be able to lead the team, but he hasn't shown me anything to be like, yo, we should build around him. I think he's a nice piece. Um, but as far as replacing Simon's production, I don't see that coming from him.
Oklahoma City's still the best team in the West.
I think so. I think so. I I haven't seen anybody make a significant move to be like, I think that they can outshine the OKC. Like Houston getting KD was big, it was good, but I don't think that's putting them over the hump to say that they're going to be number one in the Western Conference. But I do think
Hmm.
they could still, depending on matchups, get to the NBA Finals.